We're back, everybody. We're back.
Yay!
It's all fine. I'm so sorry about that. What happened, the screen died for some reason, and you couldn't see what I could see. You had this beautiful shot of the rickety cricket. Well, I had the shot of these minions.
Oh.
And I feel like that's what broke it.
Well, those minions were those were created by John Geekism. This is his little stall that's on the workshop, and we used it.
You've got cursed
minions.
Yeah, cursed minions in your park. So
probably
just be aware of that. We are really sorry for the technical disruption. I have no idea what causes that thing. I can still see the game, but the monitor isn't feeding in, and it goes all weird. Anyway, boring. But we're back, and we've got more to see.
Yes,
All right.
So, guys, where should I go now?
Let's go to Fudge Landia, which
over by the lake.
If you
the
go
artificial
lake.
lake.
I'm gonna fly up because it's gonna be a little bit easier to see.
Oh, I hope it goes.
Right. Is it this warehouse area? No.
No, we're going to look at, because we want to show off our the other people. So Kinderly did, if you look at, not the lake that's in the scenario, there's a little man-made lake by the train house in the center of the park.
Okay. Let's. Whoa. Okay, I see. Any area to start? I've got a gazebo. Should I start the gazebo?
Sure. That gazebo is Ruble Trillions, is it not? I think. Yeah.
And
so,
that was pre-vintage. I know you guys added a bandstand, but yeah.
That's a custom roof. It's a couple pieces there in that custom roof.
I kind of want to click it and find out, but then I don't really want to ruin the surprise.
Okay.
Like a magic trick.
I think it's 1,200 pieces.
Wow.
Maybe.
I think.
Oh,
but yeah,
see. It's made with wooden planks by the look of it.
I think Silver it started with custom roofs.
Yeah, he was
back when.
Like alpha days.
Don't
click it.
No, you probably beyond you is probably correct. It could just go. It'll blow up the game.
If you take the path to the left of the bandstand, there you'll go into the area.
And why do we have 5 fudge shops? Because part of the lore, actually.
Well, no, the real reason is because when we were talking about what we wanted Kinderly to do, we looked at Mackinac Island in Michigan. Right. And they have like fudge shops on every corner. And so we thought, wouldn't it be funny if there was an area in the park that only sold fudge shops?
Is this Auntie Lynn's?
Yeah, Auntie Lynn's, right? Yeah. Yeah, that area.
Yeah, Auntie Lynn's, that's right.
Or
Auntie, yeah, sorry, my British. Hello, everybody. You can't have too much fudge, which is British for the American. You can't have too much fudge.
Hey, that's a pretty good American accent.
It's probably better than my British, so.
I'm not even going to try.
Well, stop insulting my guests now. Look at this little fudge. This place is nice.
This was, I think, one of Kinderly's first interiors, if I'm not mistaken. He was a little apprehensive, but he did it anyway, and it turned out really nice.
It's really nice, yeah. And you walk past and you just sort of see the shapes, and it just works really nicely.
I mean, that's exactly it. That's a wooden corbel, but it works as a register with the arch keys and everything. Oops, I just opened up the park on my side, and I'm going to close that before everything goes bad.
The computer is going to explode.
This park can only be opened at one time.
Yes.
Else everything falls apart. I'm spotting a sign over here. I'm gonna go slowly towards it.
Oh. I think I know what sign you're going towards.
Especially as he's here.
Yes, that's right. He has been immortalized in our park as Syl's Weenie's hot dog shop.
They're huge.
Yes, well, because the big thing is he's always talked about, the weenies of theme parks, like the big draw to your eye. And so I just thought you got to have a hot dog shop called Syl's Weenies.
Syl's Weenies, yeah.
I made that sign, and Kinderly built the shop. And actually, the big ride right behind it that has the name of the park on it is an Intamin parachute ride, also made by Kinderly, which we begged for him to put in our park because it's incredible.
This is real nice. Look at this.
When we didn't get the rides that we wanted, we just made them with art shapes.
Resourceful.
And other pieces.
Yeah. This is incredible, guys.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is incredible work.
Yeah, he did an awesome job. He continues to do an awesome job. He did all the coasters in the park, so he has mastered that side of it. So all these coasters are incredibly smooth.
And he custom supported them all before the support update came out, and then he went back in and re-supported them with the actual supports that were provided in Vintage.
That must have taken a long time.
Yeah, and then these Midway games that you're looking at are also Ruble Trillions, and kind of they're on the workshop, and they kind of created the whole Midway craze. And this was when he was helping us out. He built these for us, and then threw them on the workshop. So
these are real nice. I like all these bears as well that you've got.
Koala Bears.
They're Koala Bears. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Because at the time, Sylv and Rudy and Delady, they had finished Koala Beach, and so this was kind of a
But they're spelled differently, so
they're spelled differently. So we're not gonna get sued.
Are they like they're knockoffs?
Yeah, they're knockoffs. Yeah, they're spelled with like a C and a W. Koala Bears.
Exactly.
This is incredible. I like it. Where now? I mean,
zoom out and head towards the rapids.
Okay.
Yeah, if you just zoom out and hold it for about 20 seconds, we can tell you where to go.
Yeah, look at this from above.
Also, before the moment passes, a huge thank you, if you can relay it to the designers of getting that support set, because that was huge.
Yeah,
being able to see the coasters not disappear at great lengths was awesome.
Right, because we were using art shapes in the draw distance across the park. You'd have floating coasters. So
Right, I see. Yeah. Well, I will make sure they hear about it. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So the rapids are in the top left-hand corner. You can see those.
Okay, I'm going down.
And
really
this was
slowly.
they're going to get a sneak peek of episode 36, which is recorded and waiting to be released pretty shortly here. Ruble Trillions came in, and I did a big chunk of the rapids ride, but Ruble Trillions took it over the edge. There's a running gag now. I can't.
His crossed wires.
Yeah, my wires are crossed in my brain. Every time I want to say Ruble Trillions, I end up saying mineral. And I don't know. I can't not do it now.
You just need to keep saying it in a mirror over and over and over and over.
That's right.
This is California. Says it looks like a proper Google Maps image.
Yeah.
Which
You're the drooling moose. That is your PG version of that building.
I'll ask you off stream what it says.
Sure. Mineral Trillion strikes again. That's right.
The big thing about this area was making sure that it felt like it was built in about the 80s. So the trees have grown up together. There was more budget for this park too. That's something that we really think about is how much budget are we going to put in towards each era. And as the park got into the 2000s, that's where the budget kind of fell apart.
Right. Okay. So it had this sort of heyday where it was really well.
Where they actually spent their money on theming, and then later now it's all spending your money on thrill rides and world's biggest and that kind of thing.
So we've got the Highwater River Adventure Tour.
Yeah. We need to give that a proper sign still. I haven't gotten around to doing that.
We're at the exit. Where's the end?
The entrance is right there. The little
out of business, go away.
Yeah, but it's clearly not. So that is the actual entrance.
Okay, so if you go ahead and put this ride to test so that you can see the big finale too, which is really cool.
Okay, so hold up just a second. Right, testing. But I want to make sure
because we have some triggered events near the end of the rapid.
Oh no, it's fine. It was just chugging along. So where am I best positioned to see this? Right at the end?
The water tower right before the lift going back into the station. So in the back. You can also get a good view of that stage.
Oh, that station. The station too, where he's got all the boat returns.
Yeah, he's got the boat storage in the station area. It's really.
There's
outdid himself.
I think this is what you mentioned earlier, but there's this. For me, I love this stuff. This incredibly detailed, and you'll see it soon. But it's by the water pump. And you mentioned it earlier. But I love this stuff. For me, it's making these things realistic is something I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And I never thought I'd come on a Planet Coaster stream and say, well, these water pumps and this water area looks really good, and it's for servicing the ride and nothing more.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I mean, like every coaster, even though we don't have a thing where there's an e-stop and you would like actually get the peeps off, but every coaster in this park has a path that gets back to the area. I mean, this Rapids even has, if you get stuck in the cave, there's a way to get out.
So you've got that here, and then there's some up here as well to the left. There's some steps that have no real function in the game itself, but as a decorative piece.
Right. No, this is not the most functional from a gameplay perspective.
Yeah.
No.
But from a piece of art, it's
yeah,
awesome.
it's a model. It's a model theme park at this point. So. Yeah.
And really, I mean, we're facilitators at this point. Like we designed some of the ride layouts, and I screwed up some of the ride layouts for John.
Oh yeah, cacao. And I did a lot of the buildings that we actually are looking at today, which is I'd rather show off the work of everyone else that's super awesome.
Exactly.
So how many people have collaborated for the creation of this?
9,
So I
including
think
us.
7. Well, 7 people have actually gotten, and then there's been a handful of people that have provided things that we plopped in.
Yes. We've had some custom pieces that were like there's this old fire truck that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that was provided by Zerge.
Yeah.
In our community.
That's on the outskirts. I think I saw it.
No,
earlier.
it's right by the big red Wing Rider coaster.
Okay, we can find it. So these guys are coming slowly but shortly.
Yeah, it's a long rapids ride.
Am I in the right spot for it?
This is a very evil kind of finale, and you'll see why.
Oh, well, depending on how good they are at getting the boats loaded.
That's true. That's true.
Because if you've ever been on one of these rapid rides, you end up sitting at the base of the lift sometimes for a little while.
Okay, I see. Okay, and it's just come round.
Oh, there you go. Wings and Strings. Mike, John, Kinderly, Mineral, Rubel, Ryan, Silverette, and himself are the 8 who've worked directly on the park
Wings
file.
and Strings is awesome.
There you go.
Boy,
I hope these work.
Oh, this is good. This is really good.
But you can see that we've also got like the concrete trough. So it's clearly man-made. Like we wanted to make sure it's made.
Yeah, it's not just, but it's purposefully spouting out that water at that time, and it hits the other float as it comes.
And so if you get stuck there, as the boats come rounding through, you're going to get drenched.
This is awesome. God, there's so much, and I'm really excited because we have a short amount of time to actually show this. I'm really excited to see what people think when you release it. And you'll be able to discover everything.
And hopefully it's not too terribly far in the future. We always say that, you know. You
can't
Before
rush. We go, let's head up. Let's zoom out again. And then I really want to hit Wings' train shed because it's incredible on the inside.
I'd say we've got about 15 minutes, guys, because of the technical issue. We can show off a bit more.
Okay. Well, right by the parking lot, or if you look at the main huge gray shed. That's close to the rapids.
We actually have a staff parking lot, and that's over by the rapids.
That's actually the staff parking that it's next to. But
okay, I see. Yeah. Okay, I'm there. There's like a train station.
Maybe.
Like a train depot.
The train goes by it.
Yeah. It's like it's where the trains get repaired and stored.
Yeah. That looks like it. Yeah.
Just this is again Wings and Strings' knowledge of all this stuff is just staggering.
Yeah.
And Wings and Strings is in the chat, so a little applause for Wings and Strings and all the other guys who put their brains together to make this awesome thing.
Agree.
So, just awesome.
So if you head into that big gray shed, you'll see he's got all kinds of machinery. He's got a steam engine that is controlling all of the there's a drive shaft above the station as well, or the depot as well. I mean, it's
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And we could have just thrown up some doors and said, "Here's your train shed."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, we're gonna make it functioning."
Belt drives and
look
furnaces and.
It feels so weird to say, look at this tiny detail on this, but
That's what we live for.
But that's what our community is. Hey, look, I included, like, people will make custom tracks for coasters that aren't in the game yet. And it's like, well, look, and I got it just right. And yeah, that's what we fawn over on Bro Nation. And
that's
Mike,
why
before we had our little cut, you were going to give some shout outs to some of the other content creators that are in the same vein as us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. So, who to start? Oh, so Ruble Trillions.
I'll have a wander while you.
Commando Santa in Jubilee Gardens. That's an awesome one. There is Mineral is doing Fantasyland.
And he's also doing a British park too.
Oh yeah, he's also
kind of like Alton Towers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Mineral.
Kinderly is doing a nod to Diamond Heights, the old Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 scenario.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He also has Kent Island.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if those are public on the workshop. They might be.
Jaunty has Pinewood Hills, which is another awesome, realistic British-ish park.
Yep. He's also got he's got Geekism Studios. Yeah, Jaunty's is much more British realism, which it's funny, like the differences between the two. I had no idea, like just the history, how they're put together compared to parks here in the United States.
Mm-hmm. And then, what I was going to say inside the train shed is that, every time you guys release a tiny little useful object, that's why we're willing to pay whatever it takes to get something
we love
small.
The smaller the pieces, the better for us.
Snowman pipe for life.
The next piece is going to cost you $100.
Okay.
Depends how well we can use it.
Does it include new trees? Because I'll do that.
Yes.
I'm kidding, guys. It will never be $100. Oh. Oh, Mike, you've gone robotic, but it could be us. Is this the moment where it dies? I'm gonna call them back. I'm gonna call them back because it looks like it's on our side. Maybe. So we're alone again, everybody. Hello, guys.
All right.
There we go.
Okay. I don't know what was happening.
Mountain
could be
internet.
mountain internet. Could be our side. Who knows? Right. So we've got about 10 minutes. If you want to show off some more, are there any things we need to hone in on?
Well, we can look at this. I don't know, because we can look at.
Let's ride some coasters if we can.
If we can, do you think so?
I would say we should probably not, because they may be a bit choppy.
Okay.
Even though they look phenomenal, we could maybe just have a look at them. I mean,
over here, right by Peregrine, the inverted coaster. Yep. There's the is it Troika, Turbo Star, and that's one of those areas Mike was talking about, the shame areas where you get a really clear view of the backstage of the park, even from the path
okay,
view.
Great. Let's have a look at that.
So that you can see, like
We're looking at all the
janky
stuff.
parts. Yeah, look at this beautiful park. Now let's look at all the parts that are bad. Oh, are you looking at the part? Oh, good, I changed him.
I love the sign on Peregrine though. That's a really nice.
Oh,
that's a
thank you.
John special, I think.
Yeah, I've made most of the signs. If we didn't explicitly say Wings and Strings made it, then it was one of the ones that I've made. I actually deconstructed how he did his. I said, I want to do this. So he kind of taught me how to do those kinds of crazy signs. So it's Turbo Star, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
We had to change that too.
Yeah, we PG'd it up for you.
I'm very appreciative of that. I'm looking at these shops. These are good. Hophead.
Oh, those were mine. I did those when I was home from work one day with a sick kid.
Oh, this is cool. It's a little continental place there as well, by the looks of it.
The Hophead.
Yeah, I think it's Hophead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
John's super into beer.
Yeah.
Cucumber vodka, nice. Where is this jank we're looking for?
Oh, that was over by the.
You have to turn or do a 180 and walk back past the inverted coaster.
Past Peregrine, right?
Right, and towards the red Firestorm coaster.
Okay.
The reason why we have brews of ourselves is because when we initially started Bro Coaster, we were going to drink and play Planet Coaster at the same time, but that did not
and
work.
episode 1 proved that was a bad idea.
Yeah, you wouldn't get. I don't know if you'd get such like awesome creative work from that.
We evolved
There's
from
like
that
pieces
idea.
all over the place.
Peony Park Autos. Peony Park is a nod to another Planet Coaster creator, JP Almighty, and we actually went into his park and we did a tour of it for him. He had a park called Peony Park, right?
Peony Park.
Yeah,
Antique
which is
autos.
Oh, so yeah, this is the jank area here where you can get really clear views of the roofs of the sheds back there and everything. So
Yeah, it's just concrete and paint. We realized that the big thing that parks do is that they paint things bright colors to theme them, or play blaring audio, and don't do much of anything else.
Yeah, sort of like basic sheds and things.
Exactly.
Some bins here, some old fences or new fences to be repaired.
yeah,
and placed.
the car ride
That's
is
nice.
one of Mike's like babies because he's huge into landscaping and gardening, and so that's all him, and
Let's take a look.
Yeah, he did a great job. Oh yeah, the little fences that are just stacked in the back there. Yeah, behind the turbo star.
That's another thing I noticed when we were looking at parks on Google Street View is that parks are the Disney aesthetic and making things clean on stage is not a thing with other parks, especially in America.
That's the one. They're hot messes backstage. They really are.
They are hot messes.
And is that how you captured a lot of this stuff from Google Maps? Yeah.
Had to. It was the only way to really see the park for what it was, and not their like promotional shots or anything like that.
And one of the chats on our Discord server is visual resources, and so people will go into parks and they'll take pictures of as close to backstage areas as they can get, or like weird little corners of things nobody's going to really take pictures of. And we have this visual now library of this chat and of all these things. But there's also like just cool architecture and stuff. So yeah, our inspiration comes from all over, but mostly Google Maps.
Difficult question, but it's one for each of you. Mike, what's your favourite part or piece of this park?
Oh boy.
It's a really
the
difficult
terrain,
question.
actually.
The terrain.
The terrain is so subtle that when you're at the top of the park, you can't see you don't get a sense that the coasters are super tall or big. It was a huge challenge to make a very, very subtle terrain change over the course of a giant like hill or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's really, really evident when you start like backing up and seeing that the park is on a very slight slope. It just makes it feel very, very real in that way.
I'm trying my best to cycle around to capture that. But
It's exceptionally subtle, to be fair.
It is very subtle. Yeah.
You
Way to
probably
pick,
see
like,
it
the
a
thing
lot.
you probably can't even look at. Way to fix it. You can't actually see.
But you feel it when you're in the park.
Yes,
you feel it when you're walking around. That sight lines are not always in your face. Like the coasters are tall and they're quite large, but when you're down at peep view, you get a sense that you're immersed in something else entirely.
And I guess the same question for you. Oh no, have we crashed again? No! Oh no!
My favorite is this view that's captured right here.
Yeah,
answer.
I'll make it easy for you.
Thank you so much.
No, but my favorite, and don't worry, there's a ravine where the swinging coaster and the log flume meet, and you get awesome. It'll swoop over, and there's the view of like this little tower that the queue goes through. There's a certain viewpoint there that's one of my favorites in the park.
What about the music, Bandit? What about the music in that area?
I hate the music. I love hate the music. Mike's done such a good job of picking the most grating music he could find. It's just this awful 90s trance and he makes it so tinny. It's terrible, but it's great.
Porsche Lord is saying it's still going for him.
All right. Well, the stream is still going, but the park is stalled.
The park is frozen, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can see that view right now, John, and it looks great.
Oh, yay!
Am I moving, though? I'm moving, right? You can still see me
I
moving.
can see you moving, yeah.
But just the back, I don't know what's
yeah,
going
you're it's frozen.
It's froze.
And then L2 OBS 0.
Yeah. Damn you, OBS. Well, it's a good shot. As someone said, it's a good shot to
That's a good one to close on, yeah.
Close on, yeah. If there are people out there who kind of want to get involved or want to join your community, how's best they contact you?
Either one of our videos on YouTube. Every video that we post on YouTube has a link to the Bro Nation server.
Cool.
You can come hang out and chat with us there if you would like.
Yep.
Awesome. And, well, maybe it's premature to say, but after this is finished, is there anything in the horizon in a similar regard to this?
A season 2.
Season 2, yep.
Whoa.
But it will not be like this at all.
No, it'll be, we're really focused on a park similar to Islands of Adventure meets Fantasialand meets
Disney Sea.
Tokyo Disney Sea. So it's going to be hyper themed, but it's still going to have the same sense of operational quality to it.
Right. And we're also talking about interesting ways to present it, because this whole partnership thing was kind of new to YouTube, to Planet Coaster when we started, and we like to be different. So we're going to maybe find some different way to present it, but still entertaining, hopefully. So
Well, awesome work, guys. I mean, really, this has been, it's just phenomenal to see the amount of work that goes into this, and I really enjoyed it. I think a lot of your Bro Nation fans and friends and family are all here by the looks of it. So that's welcome, awesome. Guys. I hope they enjoyed themselves. Sorry for the crashes as well. It just means that we have to invite you on for another stream at some point in the future. I hope.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe we can do a catch up and look at some of the other stuff you've been working on. And well, we've got a lot of creators to show, but bringing you back on, I think we have to at some point. For sure.
Well,
we'll definitely be open to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it is time. It is time to say goodbye. But I'm thankful for coming, for letting you. Let me restart all of that. Thank you for letting me see this park and for joining me on the stream.
Yeah,
thanks for inviting us.
Yeah.
And rescheduling. I wasn't going to be able to make the Wednesday one, so I'm so glad we were able to do it today. So.
Yeah, last minute scheduling really helped, so that's good.
It really did. Yeah.
Klaus is asking if there will be a stream on Wednesday. I don't believe anything's planned for the Wednesday this week, but we should return to our normal schedule in the following week. But yeah, thanks for your time, guys, and thank you for everybody who tuned in tonight and showed their support, and all the creators who put this awesome thing together. I can't wait to see what it looks like when you've. Because for me, this looks finished. So I'm like, oh, it's finished.
Yeah, there's only a few little parts left that we have to comb over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'd like to just do a final word from you guys. Is there anything you'd like to sort of end the stream on? Anything you'd like to say to anyone watching?
I'll let Mike do that. I think he has endings down.
Oh, do I? I don't have beginnings down, but all right.
Sure. I'll hop in. You know me.
This was a huge project that has taken a long time, but we've met a lot of really cool people along the way, and then we've developed a really awesome community that, the forums side of communities feel like they are not gonna come back, but just this Discord that we have feels as close as I felt to having a really good, helpful, happy community, and I couldn't be happier with you guys.
Right. When we launched back in January, we thought, well, maybe we'll get 200 people.
Yeah.
And we're over 1,000 now, and it's incredible. And just getting to spend time with the community, and not even just about Planet Coaster things, but just about life, and it is really a great sense of community. And I am just pleased and humbled with the talent and the helpfulness and the kindness that we have on our niche. So
yeah,
thanks to all of you guys for making us able to come on this stream.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome all around. Let's give everybody a pat on the back each. It would take a while. It's 1,000 of you, but well done, guys. Thank you again for joining me, and thanks to everyone for tuning in. So we will see you very, very soon. I'm going to just abruptly end because I'm trying not to cry. Bye.
Bye.